20s kind of sucked because I hadn't been beat up by life enough. Kids that feel deeply, it's a superpower and it's a weakness. And managing that is maybe part of their struggle as a teenager. I struggled as a kid, I struggled as an adult, but I think it helps me as a storyteller to tell stories of characters that have emotion instead of just action. Like I said, that's other people do it so much better than me. I'm more concerned with a character's emotional journey. Traditionally, what I've done in the past is I have like an idea, a premise, and I'll have an entry point and an exit point. And the exit point, I know the resolution. They're going to be together, they're going to not be together, someone's going to be dead, whatever it is. And then I make up the juicy middle as I go. What I'm doing now is I'm outlining the whole thing. And that's new and scary for me because I'm afraid I'll get all of my fun out of the way. I'll eat the frosting off the cake, basically, and then all that's left is the work of filling in the blank with words, and it'll remove the discovery process for me. But I gotta do it. I think it'll be a more effective way for me to write. I used to write very distant, the camera's up here, almost from like a screenwriting mentality of the outside in, and it took me a while to get my brain into writing from the inside out. And then I do try to write for all five senses. So I want my characters to smell things and to taste things and to hear music, hear the rain, to touch things, to have all the senses sort of like working. I try to splash a lot of different things on the page with words. For some writers, it's less about the story and maybe it's more about the linguistic jujitsu of the clever arrangement of words on the page. And I spend less time on that, and I spend more time on story, and I spend more time on things that will push emotional buttons, and sometimes those are sensory things, and sometimes those are just a metaphor that echoes the mood or foreshadows what's going to happen later for these characters. And so I am conscious of that stuff because I want either to take the reader's hand and guide them on this journey, or I want to fool them and they think they're going down this path and it's going to get this and it's going to be that. And you can kind of do that in subtle ways with language, whether it has a positive, negative, or neutral vibe. It's something that I do think about a lot. Every writer has strengths, and some are just great at building suspense. Other writers are great at the story isn't even, there's like not even a story, but their words are so beautiful and poetic you don't care. And other people's story is so magnificent that they don't have to have lots of colorful metaphors and you're still drawn in. Because I'm drawn to stories that have such emotional content, for me, the type of books that I like and the books that I want to write, rather than have an MFA in creative writing, I think you need life experience and sometimes need to be kicked around by life a little bit. And then you have an emotional reservoir to write from. I say this, it's sad and it's kind of true, but I tend to say my writing career began when I wrote my parents' obituaries. And then I had something to write about.